Good evening, listeners. My name's Mark Rowley. Welcome to my show on Liverpool Community Radio. On the show, I'll be chatting to top DJ and music legend Bernie Connor and playing tracks selected by Bernie. It's my first go at putting a radio show together, so please listen kindly and don't laugh too loudly at any clangers I make. I share a number of things in common with my guest. First of all, we were both born in 1961. Also, the sensational Alex Harvey Band was one of mine and Bernie's favourite bands of the 1970s. And of all the movies in the world, the original Assault on Precinct 13 from 1976, not the remake, would feature in our top 20 movies of all time. My idea for a show came about through my interest and love of punk music from the 1970s. I wanted to reminisce. It made sense to invite a guest onto the show who was there in the thick of it all. But this show is not going to be a ramble on about punk. Instead, we are going to find out about the wonderful world of our man Bernie and listen to a range of tunes that the legend with the paisley scarf has chosen for us to listen to. And to kickstart the show into gear, here is the classic One Chord Wonders by The Adverts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, that was The Adverts with One Chord Wonders, their first single released on Stiff Records in 1977. I'm Mark Rowley, chatting with DJ and music guru Bernie Connor. Welcome to the show, Bernie.
Hello, Mark. You all right?
Very well, thank you. Are you?
Very well, yes, indeed. I love One Chord Wonders. It's as we discussed at a previous meeting. It's my favourite punk record.
Brilliant.
It has everything. The production on it is appalling. It was produced by mad people.
Okay. Do you ever wonder, Bernie, if the audience will still be there at the end of one of the tunes that you're playing?
I couldn't be bothered. I don't really care, but I don't really think about it in that sort of context anymore. As a DJ, I get whatever I do and wherever I play, I'm ostensibly getting paid to play my favourite records.
Okay.
And if my favourite records are also your favourite records too, then that's a plus for you, and not necessarily for me. And also, I'm under no obligation to make anybody dance.
Very good.
And really, to look up and the audience is gone. Well, I'd wear that as a badge of honour, man. I'd still be I'd be dining out on that forever. Really.
I can imagine the adverts had a few empty dance floors in front.
I think in the very early days, but when I saw the adverts, it was absolutely packed to the rafters.
Right. Okay.
Again, they were absolutely sensational. They're one of my.
Well, they were actually the first band I ever saw, and I can vouch for that one, Bernie. Now, you work as a very busy DJ, and you play music for love and money in that order. What regular DJing commitments do you have at the minute?
I play in Merchants on Slater Street on Saturday afternoon, in which from 4 till 8, and. What I do is that I just get left to play whatever I like, because nobody knows what I'm doing. Often not even myself. So I just get left to play, and I make it all up as I go along, and I love it, and so I do that. And I play in Buyers Club on Hardman Street, which is the old Flying Picket. And I play in there on a Friday, Saturday night, and again.
I've seen your name on the liquidation flyers.
I did that as well. Yeah.
Did you still do that one? Or?
Well, that was just sort of. They started this thing of getting people in to warm up before the actual drunken carnage starts at 11.
Okay,
so they got sort of people warming up. But that was all right. They've got a good sound system in there. Yeah. But everywhere has a good sound system these days. Really, to be honest,
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about your Sound of Music. Recordings and the involvement with melodic distraction.
Well, first of all, the Sound of Music is something that I started doing. It was 9 years we've been doing it now. It's like a podcast. It's ostensibly a pirate radio show on the internet.
Right.
I've never made any bones about that, And again, it's just it's a channel for me to play my favourite records, really, again.
Do you ever get a count of how many people have been listening to?
Yeah. Thousands over the years.
Is it? Yeah. I can
it reaches, because
believe it.
It has its sort of, its own sort of global personality sort of thing. And it works, and again, it only works because I have no real inclination as to what other people want or what other people like. If you're really insistent, and just keep on doing what you're doing. This is like, I've been doing this for donkey's years. Donkey's years.
Okay, well, we'll find out a bit more about that during the show, Bernie.
Okay.
Right. Are there any other short-term projects or outings that you've got on the horizon?
Well, I do. I also do radio shows on the Invisible Wind Factory on their IWFM.com. I'm doing a monthly, once a month. And the next one goes on tomorrow night, whenever that may be. Okay. And I do. I've got involved with these young fellas called Melodic Distraction, who ostensibly do electronic music, electronic dance music, and they asked me to do some radio shows through their radio station. And I said, what do you want me to do? They said, well, we don't know. I said, well, what about if I just come up with this tag of popular electronics? And so I came up with this tag, Popular Electronics, and I was based on a conversation that I had with one of the lads who's younger than our buddy. I got the impression that they thought that Kraftwerk invented electronic music in the 1970s. So I played like electronic music from the 1950s and the 1960s,
okay.
And that was the first one. The second one was how electronic music affected Jamaica. I had 2 hours of King Tubby dubs.
Brilliant.
And how King Tubby, more or less, I could go on for hours about King Tubby, but he is one of the most underrated and massively overlooked sonic creators in history. Right. Had he been American or British or some European, he'd probably be a great big superstar now. But he
is he still alive?
Oh, no. He was shot dead by a burglar in January of 1989.
Okay.
And the kid who killed him didn't even know who he was.
Oh, right.
Which is double crime beyond words.
Absolutely,
You just shot King Tubby dead, man.
Oh no! Right, okay. Well, just a little preview for listeners. We've got a bit of dub music coming up in the show a bit later, but for now, the next song up is "I Saw the Light" by Todd Rundgren. Okay, you like Todd in your pre-punk formative youthful years.
I love "I Saw the Light." It was the first record that I ever bought that wasn't in the top 20.
Right, okay.
I had to walk to Garston to buy it because I grew up in Speakley. And I used to listen to Radio Luxembourg when I was a kid. And the Radio Luxembourg used to play loads of records that you found out were actually big hits in the American charts and in the European charts. And one of the records they used to hammer to death was Todd Rundgren's "I Saw the Light." Okay. And do you know what? I was standing in that doorway just before when Steve was playing it.
Yeah.
And I was just said to myself, how many millions of times have I heard this record? And do you know what? It still makes me well up.
Well, do you know what?
Absolutely beautiful.
I've got to say, I knew of Todd Rundgren during the 1970s. I didn't know he made music like this. This is just
as you get older and you discover Todd is God. Really, it really is, man.
Okay, without any further ado, here is Todd Rundgren and "I Saw the Light." Okay, that was Todd Rundgren with "I Saw the Light" from the 1972 album Something Anything. This is Liverpool Community Radio, and I'm Mark Rowley, talking to the highly regarded and respected DJ, Mr. Bernard Connor. Bernie's been dancing in the studio whilst we were listening to that.
He plays everything on that, and does all the backing vocals himself. In fact, he plays everything on Something Anything. All the instruments and all the backing vocals. He's Todd Rundgren. Todd is God, man. And as soon as we all come to realise that, it's Todd's world and we just live in it, man.
Well, I must say I didn't realise that until this week, but I've found, you're learning
Scorching stuff, mate. Scorching stuff.
Okay, Bernie, I've read on your social media that your brother had a massive impact on you and your interest in music.
Yes.
Can you tell our listeners how and mention the type of music and songs he had you singing, dancing and strumming?
Well, we shared the bedroom when